Welcome to Walking Through Glass, the podcast with your host, Dr. Dina C. Brown. Hello. It is Monday, and it is our Motivational Monday. And although nationally and even internationally we're celebrating Memorial Day, I did not want to miss an opportunity to come to you because remember, in my journey and my promise and my commitment to you is not only to be very clear about my purpose and what I'm called to do, which is to inspire, empower, and transform lives, but it's also to be clear, confident, and consistent. And what I'm working on in this season is consistency. So Monday through Friday, you get your daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D. And since today is Monday, I did not want to miss the opportunity to give you your daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D. So I'm super happy and excited to come before you today. I come with a powerful message, and I have to just share with you that I had a phenomenal weekend. My baby sister had decided early on that we were going to really celebrate my birthday as a family, and my birthday was May 9th. Yes, I am a Taurus, and it comes with a whole host of interesting conceptions about what that means to be a Taurus. And yes, I am stubborn, just in case you're wondering. But besides that, we decided to go see Janet Jackson in concert in Las Vegas, no less. And it was amazing. And so not only did she plan it and put it all together, but what happened during the really quick pop in, pop out was just so transformative that I am still processing the situation. I'm still processing the moment. And I waited to today to bring you my overall concept and thoughts about it. Number one, this whole season that I'm actually in, I've been speaking to, walking through, and just tapping into people in and about the concept of metamorphosis. And so metamorphically, I've used the journey, and I say embrace the journey, but I've used the transformation of the egg caterpillar to the butterfly as part of that visual image for everyone to tap into. And through this course of discussion and this discourse of where I'm at in the journey and what I love to share with you as I'm going through the process, and that my whole purpose is to inspire, empower, and help you transform your life, that you will see some parallels and similarities, was that it's not literally about change, but transformation. So you can just be like maybe cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs like me as I think about I didn't know this till later, that Janet Jackson's residency in Vegas and her current tour is entitled Metamorphosis. And I do not believe in coincidence. I do believe that we are where we're supposed to be in the right place, in the right time. And our ability to connect and engage in the season that we're in at the levels and the frequency that we're responsible to engage in is all intentional. And when I'm intentional about where I'm supposed to plug in and connect to, then I actually attract all that level of intentionality to it. So yes, it was an amazing weekend with my sisters. It was an amazing opportunity to see Janet Jackson live in concert with a tour entitled Metamorphosis, which is totally aligned to where I'm at in this season of my life. And when I think about my I am and the message I wanted to bring to you this Monday was really about really, truly not only being present in the moment, but embracing the concept of almost anything. And I say almost anything for a very distinctive reason. And the primary reason is that we listen to platitudes and we tap into whether it's podcasts or people we follow or social media influencers or books that we read. And we get excited about when people say things that you can be anything that you want to be. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. In order to truly have a transformation in your life, you're not called to be anything. You're called to be something. And the course of our life and our journey is riddled with almost anything, almost somethings. And it's in those almost that you really but you have to embrace the understanding and the mindset and the concept that those almost wasn't where you were supposed to be. You were called to do something. And it's in that something that you really truly begin to walk in your purpose at an elevated status. And when I decided to bring you a daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D, because everybody needs a little extra sunshine in their life, was really about being raw and authentic and organic. And so these unscripted conversations and conscious moments with you is part of my ahas and my awakenings. And as on this weekend trip that my dynamic sister Rochelle shared with me, is that for my whole entire life, I'm an auditory processor. I've known that, but the way that she explained it and put it in one of the moment of our amazing conversations is that I think out loud. I literally think out loud. And I go through these processes and these journeys in an out loud manner. And so part of my purpose is to share that with you and to help you embrace your journey. Not because I want you to be an auditory processor like me, but through my sharing of my out loud processes, that it will trigger and be the catalyst that you need to activate whatever you need to manifest and actuate the vision, the mission, and the purpose in your life in this season. So during this weekend and the whole concept of almost anything, I was listening to a conversation and it just popped into my spirit. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't wait till Monday to share this with all of you listening. Is that almost anything can be the detriment of my one thing. And your one thing. We hear, we see, we desire, and we tap in and we get excited about these almost anything, whether it's a mastermind group, whether it's a multi-level business situation, whether it's someone saying that I became a success by doing A, B, and C. And they say these words because it's all part of a marketing piece. You can do it too. But therein lies the lie. You cannot do it too if it's not really aligned to your one thing. So in this season of your life, you have to become very clear about what is that one thing and what are all the touch points that are tapping into my one thing so that I can actually do the something that I've been called to do. And when you get excited, you go to the meeting, you hear the pitch, because the pitch is designed and crafted very specifically to tune into all your neurological triggers. And you get excited, and then you buy, and you drink the Kool-Aid, and then you wonder what happened, because they're experiencing successes, and here's another non-success, or what I call an opportunity for growth, and what you might identify as a failure. begins to take root into your now. But here's what I'm here to tell you today on this Monday is that what happened was you got excited about the almost anything because you didn't have a really greater sense. And this is not throwing shade at you, but we've all been there, of really you're called to do the one thing. And if it's not in line to your one thing, that almost anything is not going to work. Just because it worked for Mary, Sue, and Alan doesn't mean it's going to work for you. They got the car, they got the accolades, they got the trip, they got the bonuses. But you knew when you went into it that, just because it doesn't quite feel right to me. And yet you did it anyway, because you were focused on the profitability or the vision of the profitability of the now, without really truly understanding the purposefulness of the future and then what's coming. So in this season, I want you really to start to hone in. I'm inviting you to tap into the one thing, not just the anything, that's going to get you to your greatest being of who you are called to be. That's where I'm at. And what my journey looks like is not the same as yours. It is not the same as yours. But just because the journey that we're all on is the same, and the path that we take is different, doesn't mean that I cannot pour in nuggets of wisdom to encourage you, inspire you, and motivate you, and empower you to help you transform your life, not only into what you desire to be, but what the vision is for you in your greater. And that is the fallible, the piece of the almost anything that we get trapped in. Because we all want to be successful. We all want to live our very best life today. And if you're like me, you want to leave a legacy for tomorrow. But your legacy is not about just how many dollars and cents you earned. It's about the impact you made on the people who you were called to touch. And that is the power of the one thing instead of the almost anything. So on this Monday, and there's so much more to give you. There's so much more to share with you, which is why I wrote Walking Through Glass, the ultimate guide to be sane, sexy, and significant in a male-dominated world, and why I'm so uber excited to bring to you the launch, which kicks off June 8th, where we begin to really have in-depth conscious conversations, not about the almost anything, but about the one thing, our value add into the world in which we live, that is strategically designed to add value to all of those who are called to the sound of our voice, who are called to be a part of the mission and the vision and the transformation that is coming. But today, on this Monday, which happens to be Memorial Day, I ask you, I challenge you to not have any regrets as we remember those fallen who died for a greater sense of purpose, who died for us to have a greater sense of freedom, who died and gave their life for us to truly walk in our divine calling, that we actually honor them today by being strategic and intentional and purposeful about our one thing, so that we can add value to those who need us to be the catalyst, to be the trigger to walk in their purpose. So as I sit and marinate today on this Monday and give thanks and honor and appreciate and remember the sacrifice, I up-level my own sacrifice to walking in my divine sense, my divine purpose, and in my calling, which is to inspire, empower, and transform lives. Because you see, walking through glass is metaphorical for dealing with our phobias, our fears, our anxiety, our depression, our insecurities, our imbalances, our dysfunctions, our struggles with who we thought we were because of somebody else's vision, perception, or verbalization of who they thought we were. And so I encourage you on this Memorial Day to live because of all the sacrifices before us and those who died so that we can live in the highest vision of our lives. So that is what I have for you today on Walking Through Glass, the podcast with your host, Dr. Dina C. Brown. Because I truly believe your daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D was called to be in existence because all of us need that extra bit of sunshine in our lives. And if anything and everything or something about this message resonated with you, please share, please comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts because it's not about being in this in isolation. It's about being stronger together. So with that, I sign off and know that you or those that you're connected to can tap into your daily dose of vitamin Dr. D and Walking Through Glass, the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Music Play, Apple Podcast, and on our host, Podbean. So I truly look forward to bringing you additional daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D as I walk in my consistency, as I level up in what I'm called to do. I encourage you to join me. There is a room at the top for all of us, and I welcome you there. So have a great Monday, and I look forward to bringing you more tomorrow. And that is your host, Dr. Dina, signing off. So, again, walking through glass is not about walking alone. It's about being stronger together. And I am so grateful for you joining me. So, have a wonderful Monday. And I look forward to bringing you more daily doses of Dr. Vitamin D in your life. Everybody needs a little bit